Hey guys, IcyGrey here, and this is going to be the first part of my Xbox 360 game collection for 2016. I haven't done a video like this since 2014, I think. It was Easter 2014, and I did my whole collection, which was, I think, just over 100 games at that time in one video, and I did a setup as well for my 360 and TV, etc. And I did that with a cold. I've got a cold at the moment, but not as bad as it was then. You know, I've had this cold for a couple of weeks now, and it's slowly gone away. But that time I did it all in one video. It was like an hour and 20 minutes long, and it was terrible. This time we're going to do it better. You know, we've got Neo here. He's going to be supporting me. We're going to have gameplay down in this bottom corner area. You can just see my microphone here because my camera doesn't have a strong enough mic. So I have to use my actual microphone as well. And you're not supposed to see my face, so if you can see my face at all, then that means I've set this up wrong and I might have to record it again. It depends. Why I'm not showing my face at the moment is because I have dyed my hair, so I'm not really ready to show it at the moment. So let's get into this. So the first game we have here is IcyGrey, which is a Japanese arcade game by Cave. And it's a pretty simple game. It's just a typical like arcade, but you play it in an arcade, an actual arcade. So it's not like Xbox Live arcade games or anything like that. Basically, there's something called blood katanas, and they're very powerful. And you're the heroes, and you have to stop the villains with their blood katanas, with your blood katanas. And it's basically just in space, and you're firing bullets and destroying things. And it's rather fun. So there's the back of it. It's not too expensive. You know, it's an arcade game, so once you get to a certain point it starts getting hard. You know, it's just going for high scores, not an actual campaign or anything, but it is a rather good game, so let's put that one there. Next up is Alan Wake, which is a really good game. I haven't actually completed it yet, but I'm like 3/4 of the way through, and it's a really good game. It's also quite cheap now, and I have the collector's edition of this as well as this original copy. But I'll do all collector's editions in a separate video at the end, like a bonus kind of thing, where I'll probably look at each one in more detail. The case is a bit damaged, but other than that, it's in pretty good condition. It's an action thriller, so basically all you're doing is just walking around as a journalist, like author kind of guy, and using a flashlight to kill shadows, which are obviously trying to get you, and it's a really good game. So next up we have Alone in the Dark, which I haven't actually played. I don't know why I haven't played it, I just haven't got around to it. A lot of these games in my collection I haven't actually played, or I've played part of and not completed. So I can't actually say too much on this, but obviously the ratings on the front say 4 out of 5. But that doesn't really give too much because it's from Maximum FHM, which aren't actually game reviews. They're more like Lads Mags kind of thing in the UK. But like I said, I haven't played this. I'm going to play it just for the purpose of doing the gameplay in the bottom screen. But other than that, that's just going to be the start. I haven't actually played it. So, Aliens versus Colonial Marines. You can see this around, and it says limited edition, and it's like £2. And I've played the first mission, and that's about it. I couldn't say too much about it. It's not particularly good from what I've seen, from what I've played. Again, I'll do some more gameplay on it. It's got some jump scares in the start, but it's not particularly scary from what I've seen so far. If you've played more and you want to let me know in the comments, let me know, and I'll maybe pick it up again or not. Obviously the back of it here, but can't really say too much about that one. Next up we've got Army of Two. This is going in alphabetical order, by the way. So in a second you'll see a lot of like the same game in the series, but I just decided to do it in alphabetical order. So Army of Two is good if you've got 2 players. By yourself, it's not particularly good. I remember playing this. It was actually the second one, I think. 40th Day or 40th Hour. I don't actually have that game, so I can't tell you what it is called. I remember playing it with a friend when I was at school, so this is like 5 years ago now, something like that. And that was rather fun to play with 2 people. I picked up this one and was playing by myself, and it wasn't particularly good. It was alright, but it was nothing special. So I recommend Army of Two if you've got more than one person to play with. This is what I mean by a series of games. So we've got Assassin's Creed. Now this is going to be all the Assassin's Creed games. And first one I've played on PS3, haven't actually completed it on Xbox 360 yet. I think I've just done the first 2 missions. I did have this on Xbox 360, but it didn't work. So I had to buy it again, and I've only bought it recently. So I've only recently got this copy to kind of like complete the series. There are a number of games that I have that don't actually work, so I have them in a drawer, which is just where I keep broken games, which just don't read. And Assassin's Creed, good way to start the series. You can get 1000G on this kind of easily. I remember doing it on PlayStation 3, but I haven't yet done it on Xbox 360, so that might appear in the 1000G series that I'm doing, which will be a link in the description. Assassin's Creed 2, I have played this again on PS3, and I played a bit more of it on Xbox 360 than I have the original Assassin's Creed, but not too much. I actually prefer this one to the original Assassin's Creed. I don't know if people feel the same or not, but that's what I do. We've got some sticker residue on the top there. Most of these games I buy secondhand, so I try and get good cases, but I can't always, and sometimes you get stickers and things, which is a pain, but there we go. So Assassin's Creed 2, better than the original, I think. Much better than Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, which I didn't particularly like at all. I don't know why. I just couldn't really get into it after the first 2. Like I said, I have no explanation of why I didn't like it, but I just can't. I've got a sticker on here for something, and I don't know what it is. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, didn't really like it. Let me know what you think. Assassin's Creed Revelations, I actually really liked, and with Endo, and this is the one that I've completed on Xbox 360. It's the only one I completed on Xbox 360 so far. Just all the way to the end. I don't know why that is compared to the others. I just haven't got around to it, I suppose. And I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the way you go from obviously old to new. But I don't know. Assassin's Creed Revelations. I actually have this in collector's edition as well. Well, not collector's edition. One of the editions. Now we've got our first steelbook, which is Assassin's Creed 3. And surprisingly, I've only played the first mission. I haven't actually completed this game. I did have it originally, just the normal copy, but then I picked up the steelbook. I can't actually see if you can see the whole thing here, but if I'd open it up, so there's the front and the back. I have a number of steelbooks which will be shown. I'm only showing steelbooks that I have actually in my collection rather than separately in my collector's edition collection. So there's Assassin's Creed, like I said, not played too much of. Second steelbook, the last in this part, because I'm going to break this down into parts. We have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Edward Conway. This is the second Assassin's Creed that I've played the most of. Obviously I finished Revelations, but then this I got like 3/4 of the way through. And there's the back with Edward Conway there, as you can see. And I think it's just because it was different compared to the others. A lot of the others suddenly got rather repetitive, and then you're suddenly on a ship and you can just travel, and it's just a lot better than going up and down buildings all the time. Although the ship kind of gets a bit repetitive when you have it in Assassin's Creed Rogue as well, which I've only recently picked up and only played the first 2 missions of. But I didn't realise there were ships in it again, even though there's this massive ship on the front. I just picked it up blind on eBay for like a couple of pounds, got it cheap, and decided to keep it for myself rather than sell it on, and thought it was alright. Like I said, I haven't played too much of. A-Train HX, terrible. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. It's supposed to be building a city with train lines, I think. It says get on board with the ultimate city and train simulator, but as soon as I got into the game, it gives you no help, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I couldn't actually start it. So if you see in the gameplay, I am probably just moving the screen around, that's not what I wrote. Helplessly, just pressing buttons, trying to get something to work, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing with this game, so it's just there to fill my collection. Now we've got the first of many music games, Band Hero. this is actually very badly reviewed. It is by Guitar Hero and Activision, so it's not Rock Band or anything like that. It is Guitar Hero, it's just called Band Hero, and it was released after World Tour, I think, so after they've got all of the band together, so the drums, bass, guitar, vocals. And the only good thing about this is that, I don't know if you can see here, but you can play as Taylor Swift. You'll be able to see it in gameplay, so you can play some of her songs, you know, if you're a Swiftie. And it's more pop than rock, that's why it's probably not called Guitar Hero, but it's an alright game, just to have more songs to play on guitar, which I quite like, so you'll see later on that I have pretty much every Guitar Hero. Batman Arkham Asylum, this is the Game of the Year edition, so you get, I think, a few challenge missions as well. There's not too much extra. I haven't completed this yet, I'm about 3/4 of the way through. For some reason I just pick up games, I start them and then I just never finish them, and then I just suddenly have to get back round to them, and then I'm just like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing with this game now, or how to play or anything, which is a bad thing, and I should probably stop that, but yeah, I can't help myself. Joker, amazing, but I think Joker's in all of them, I don't know. I think I got up to the bit where you kill Bane, or well, you don't kill anyone, but you fight Bane, and that's all I can really say. It's a good game from what I played. I wouldn't necessarily agree with 95%, like 90% maybe, but it's a very good game. And then Arkham City, I haven't actually started playing yet because, well, I've done the first mission just to test it, but I haven't actually started playing it properly because I haven't completed Batman Arkham Asylum, obviously, which makes sense, because I like to do it with the story flowing, but there's some episodes, or instances even, with games where I've actually started on, say, Mass Effect 3, and then started Mass Effect 1 afterwards because I bought 3 first. My camera's just turned off. So my camera just turned off for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's filled up with memory or something. I don't think so. But I was at Arkham City, and I'm just going to quickly move on just in case it's running out of space. Start of the Battlefield, Battlefield 3. Completed this. I think this is the first Battlefield that I actually completed. Yes, I think it was. And very good, I did like it. I'm not really a Battlefield fanboy, I'm more of Call of Duty, and I always have been. That's because I started with Call of Duty on PlayStation 3, but Battlefield is still good. I just don't particularly like the online as much. Campaign is good to play. And moving on to Battlefield 4, again, campaign is good to play. Online I'm not particularly fan of, but that's just, you know, I'm used to Call of Duty, so call me a Call of Duty fanboy or whatever you in the comments, but that's just me. I thought the campaign was a lot shorter in this than in the other Battlefield games. It was still right to play, but it just wasn't particularly fulfilling. It was over pretty quickly. I think the only thing I've got left to do now is just do it on hard, which won't take long, so I think I'm already a couple of missions in. I do like to get the achievements and everything, by the way, that's why I go for 1000 Gs. Battlefield Bad Company, I decided to put the Battlefield 3, I think I haven't got 2 yet, but 3 for first in my collection for some reason. But Battlefield Bad Company, I had this demo on PlayStation 3, and I think that was one of the first games that you could actually play online on the demo. You only had one mission, or one map, and one mode, I think, but it was still pretty good that you can just play online on a demo game, which was pretty fun to do. And I didn't actually buy this on PlayStation 3 because soon after my PlayStation actually broke, so I picked this up when I got an Xbox 360. But at that time we had Bad Company 2 out, so I actually got Bad Company 2 first, played this through, played this online quite a bit actually, because at the time I'd only just got my Xbox 360, so it actually came with it. I didn't have any Call of Duties, so I actually played this first, loved it, completed the campaign on it as well. Online, I didn't complete all the online achievements I got most of. I think I just had a few of the DLC ones, which I didn't buy the DLC for, and then I picked up Bad Company afterwards. So Battlefield Bad Company 2, campaign good. I don't know if people still play it online. I think a couple people did were playing Bad Company, the original one, online recently, but I can't say too much. So if you're looking for a good campaign shooter, Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Company 1 are good ones, as well as 3 and 4 of the normal Battlefield series. So nearly finished then. Beijing 2008, as you can see, just £1. I haven't actually played it all the way through. It's just, if I see it's £1, I will just pick it up and put it as a filler in my collection. So this is obviously the game for the Beijing 2008 Olympics. I do have the London 2012 ones, which I have played through, and you'll see that later on, and it's actually a really good game. But when I did try and get into Beijing 2008, it was okay. It wasn't particularly good. It's probably just because it's dated, you know, because it was 2008, it actually came out, or was started being development in 2007. Obviously it was released at the time of the Olympics in 2008, but games take a while to be made, so the graphics and everything are a bit dated, controls are a bit lacking, so 2012 is better, but Beijing 2008 is still a good game. And Beowulf is the last game in this part. You know, we've just gone halfway through B, and we've done all of A. We've got a lot left to do in these other parts. And Beowulf obviously follows the film, which is obviously based off the stories in the myth. But this is the movie adaptation, hence why it's called Beowulf the Game. And it's okay, it's not particularly fun, it's not particularly interesting. I believe it's an easy 1000G. I've only done the first couple missions on it. While I was bored, I didn't really know what to play, so I just put this in. And yeah, I believe it's an easy 1000G, so you might see this later in the other series. So this is the first time I've actually done anything like this, so any feedback is good feedback. You know, you can be positive, negative, constructive is what I'm looking for though, really. And hopefully I'll see you in part 2. Hopefully we won't have any errors in part 2, like my camera shutting off again. I'll try and edit that out, but I'll see the best we can do. Hopefully you didn't see my face as well. Maybe you'll see my face later. But that's it, so thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed, give this video a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike, and I will see you soon for another video, so thank you.